Hi friends, previous session I have shown vendor master creation, vendor group creation, I have posted vendor invoice, I have generated automatic check generation. Now I am going to post vendor invoices with tax codes. I will show configuration, what and all configuration required for tax posting. I will go now tax procedure. I have created tax procedure. Before only I will show how to create. I have created INMRF tax procedure. I have selected base amount. I have selected input amount, output amount with keys. All the keys with account keys. And my output amount invoice amount will calculate on base amount only, and my output amount calculate on base amount. Now created tax procedure I am going to assign for my country. I have assigned my tax procedure to my country. Now I have to create tax code. FTXP we use tax code T code in SAP. I have selected IN. My tax code I am giving input tax V0 tax 0, and I am selecting tax type as input. My input tax code 0 I given as 0. I have activated only one input tax. I am going to save. Input tax with 14% calculation. Tax type I am giving as V. I have activated input tax with 14%. Saved. Now we have to assign GL accounts for my 0 input tax code and my 14% input tax code. I will go transaction OB40 and I will look for my input tax transaction. Chart of accounts MRF. I am selecting tax code against my V0 0% tax code. I am going to assign my input tax, and this is for my 14% tax code. Before processing transaction data, I am going to check about my tax code GL master data. I selected my 0% tax codes. I am going to view control data is allowed for all the tax codes. Posting without tax code allowed. It's activated. I will check for my 14% tax code also. All tax codes allowed. Now I will post on transaction data in SAP and I will see how entry will occur. I selected my vendor. I'm posting to 10/07/2016 with my reference MRF3 10/07/2016 and amount as I'm posting for 1000 rupees. Tax code I'm selecting as mandatory with 14% and I am posting for raw material. I have to look for raw material master data also. Now I'm going raw material master data. I'll check for tax codes. Posting without tax allowed. I have changed. Now I am giving 1000. I am selecting V1 tax code, purchase of raw materials. I am going to hit enter. I will check my baseline date, tax account. It's a V1. Tax amount also showing. I will simulate for my entry. If I look the entry, my debit item with raw materials debited, my input tax calculated with 14% and my vendor account 1000 rupees. I am saving. My tax entry successfully saved. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. Hi friends, previous session I have shown customer line items, how we can create into the system. Now I am going to create output tax code into the system and I will post some invoices how tax will calculate. We will see now. Now I am going to create output tax codes for my MRF company code. 0% output 0 tax code. Saving it and I am creating A1 tax code with 14% output tax. Tax code as A. I selected 14%. Saving it. Now I am going to assign my output tax GL accounts. I am looking for output tax. Description, my chart of account is MRF and I am selecting tax code. I am saving it. Irrespective of my tax code, I am going to GL assign my GL accounts. This is for my 0% tax code and this is for my 14% output tax. I am saving it. I am saving it to my own request. I am saving it. Now I will see GL master. Entries. What tax codes assigned. Is all tax code allowed? Posting without tax code allowed. So it's not mandatory for this sales account. Now I am going to post some transactions to my customer. Invoice date I am selecting 1/1/2016. My reference selecting 102, and my posting date I am putting as 10/7/2016 with amount 10,000. My tax is mandatory here. I am selecting, and 14% is I am going to calculate tax for my sales. I am selecting my sales account. My amount 1000 rupees, and tax code already picked regarding sales. I am going to check my payment term. My baseline date is 10/7/2016, and my tax code is I selected as 14%. This is the tax amount. Now I am going to simulate my entry. This is complete entry with tax calculation. Sales is 877, out of which 14% output tax with 122.81, and customer amount is 1000 rupees. Saving it.